Before we start, I would like to introduce the quiz system of Channel. You can take the quiz right now on your phone or computer. Just check the description below. It's a brand new feature built specifically for online learners like you. Thank you.
Part 1. You will hear a man inquiring about drone repairs.
Skyline Drone Workshop, good morning.
Hi, I'm calling about a repair for a small camera drone.
Sure, what's the problem?
It clipped a tree branch and now the camera keeps wobbling. It still powers on, but the stabilizer jitters.
That sounds like the gimbal, but we'll need to run a diagnostic to confirm. Would you like to bring it in or post it?
Bring it in, please. I'm only in town for a few days. Where are you?
We're on Roland Street, just behind the tram stop.
Could you spell Roland?
Yes, Rowland.
Thanks. Do you charge for checking it?
The diagnostic is free if you go ahead with the repair. If you decide not to proceed, there's a bench fee of £18.
18, right. I'm in a rush because I'm filming a charity run on Saturday. Is there a faster option?
Yes, we offer a priority service. It moves your job to the front of the queue.
Is that extra?
£15 extra. That's for the priority, not the diagnostic.
Okay. When should I come in?
Thursday morning is ideal. Fridays are our busiest day.
Thursday morning works. Do I need to bring anything besides the drone?
Please bring the battery and the controller so we can test it properly.
Will do.
Also, check the firmware version in your app. If it's out of date, stabilization can behave oddly.
I'll check that today. Do you use third-party parts?
We use genuine parts where possible. If your model is too old for new stock, we'll discuss alternatives first.
Good. What's the latest drop-off time?
Last intake is 4:15 because we need time to log items.
4:15. Any discounts?
If you book online, you get 20% off labor on weekdays, and Thursday counts.
Great. And after the repair, do you test it?
Yes, we do an indoor hover test in the test bay. There's a viewing window so you can watch from the hangar area near reception.
Perfect. Thanks. See you Thursday.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Part 2. You will hear a woman giving a welcome talk at a repair fair.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Renford Repair Fair. I'm Joanne Fielding, and I'm coordinating the event today. Before you head off to the work areas, I'll run through a few quick points for anyone who's come with children, explain how we're managing turn-taking this year, and then, because we're doing a theme day, I'll share a brief timeline of organised repair. First, families. Children are very welcome, but please be aware that the corner where we test small motors can be surprisingly loud, and some children find it unpleasant. If you think that might be an issue, you can borrow ear defenders from the information desk. We've also set up a simple activity to keep children occupied while adults are waiting. It's a little scavenger-style challenge where they pick up a card, locate 5 labelled parts placed around the hall, and collect a stamp at each point. It keeps them moving safely rather than gathering around the benches. And if your child wants to try using tools, that's fine, but please stay right alongside them. Now, the way you join a repair table has changed. We're not running one long line. When your item is registered at the logging desk, you'll be given a number. Keep an eye on the display above the stage. When your number comes up, it means a space is ready. If you don't want to keep watching the screen, you can choose to receive a text message. Just tick the box when you sign in. There's one more change. We've added a short Diagnose First desk. They won't fix anything there, so it's not a quick repair lane, but they will help you identify the problem so you don't spend time at the wrong station. A quick word about money. The advice is free, and if a part is needed, you'll be told the cost before anything is fitted. You might have heard that we were introducing a compulsory charge this year, but we decided against that. Donations are welcome, but they're entirely optional. Finally, our theme today is repair through time, so here are a few milestones. In 1798, a major encyclopedia of practical trades began presenting household fixes in language aimed at ordinary readers rather than specialists. By 1841, railway workshops were promoting interchangeable components, which helped make repairs faster and cheaper. After a rise in domestic accidents, 1926 saw home wiring guidance taken up far more widely. Then, in 1973, consumer protection rules were strengthened, giving clearer rights to repairs and replacements. Much more recently, around 2012, community repair cafes expanded quickly, making public repair sessions common. And by 2018, several councils were trialling right-to-repair schemes in partnership with local charities. That's everything from me. If you need help, look for volunteers wearing green badges. Otherwise, please take your item to the logging desk and enjoy the fair.
Part 3. You will hear two students, Hannah and Luca, discussing plans for a pilot survey.
Have you read Dr. Whitaker's comments on the draft questionnaire?
Yes, he's been pretty clear. He says the pilot isn't about testing our theory. It's about checking whether the procedure works smoothly.
Good. Then we treat it like a trial run. Let's list the likely problems for participants and decide how we can reduce each one.
First problem, people dropping out before they finish.
That usually happens when they can't see how much is left. We could shorten the survey.
But then we wouldn't be testing the real flow.
True, so we keep the structure, but we make it feel manageable. Give them a clear indication of progress on every page.
A progress bar at the top.
Exactly.
Second, low digital confidence. Some people get stuck on the first screen and then give up.
We could add instructions at the start.
I'm not sure they'll read them.
Then we change the setting for the pilot. We can run it on tablets at the community center with a helper nearby if someone gets stuck.
Not hovering, just available.
Yes, just quiet support.
Third, the frequency questions. The wording is too vague. When we say regularly, people interpret it differently.
We should anchor the meaning. Replace vague words with fixed intervals.
Like once a week or once a month.
Exactly. Concrete timeframes make it clearer for participants and cleaner for us.
Fourth issue, consent. People scroll and click without reading.
We could include it in the introduction paragraph.
They'll skim it.
Right, so we make it its own step. One clear tick box and nothing else loads until they've agreed.
A separate consent page. Fifth, duplicate responses. If someone completes it twice, it messes up the pilot feedback.
We could spot duplicates afterwards.
That's risky, and it raises privacy issues.
Then we prevent repeats at the start. A QR code is fine for recruitment, but each participant should receive a link that works only once.
Single-use access links. Good. Sixth, open questions taking too long. Some people rate long answers and others skip them.
We could remove free text completely.
Dr. Whitaker might want at least one space for comments.
Then keep just one optional comment box at the end and make everything else multiple choice.
That should speed it up.
Great. Now the pilot plan details. Sample size first.
What about 30 participants?
For a pilot, that's more than we need. We're looking for usability problems, not estimating population values. I'd aim for 24.
24. Fine.
Recruitment should be split as well. half from the campus notice board, half from the community mailing list.
The mailing list will give us a different mix, so that's useful.
Incentives?
We could offer cash.
I'd avoid it. It can affect motivation and complicate approval.
So a prize draw instead.
A bookshop voucher as the prize then.
Works for me.
Timeline.
2 weeks?
That's longer than we need. 10 days is enough, and it includes 2 weekends.
10 days, agreed. Also, we should collect pilot feedback separately from the actual survey answers.
Yes, after they submit, we add a short feedback screen asking what felt confusing and what took too long.
Okay, I'll write this up for Dr. Whitaker with the risks and fixes, the sample size, recruitment, and the timeline.
And I'll update the questionnaire so it matches what we've decided.
Part 4. You will hear a lecturer talking about discharge medication check. Today, I want to talk about medication reconciliation at hospital discharge. It sounds administrative, but it affects safety in a very direct way. Discharge may seem routine. A patient receives a prescription, some papers, and a short explanation, then goes home. In reality, it is a transfer of responsibility from the hospital team to the patient and primary care. At any transfer, details can be lost, and medicines are where that loss often shows up. To begin with, consider what happens during admission. Medicines are often changed. A drug may be stopped because it clashes with a new treatment. Another may be added temporarily to control symptoms. Doses may be adjusted as the patient improves, and some items may be replaced with hospital alternatives. When the patient leaves, they are given written information about these changes, but it may be unclear. The language can be technical. The list may not match what the patient was taking at home, and there may be more than one document. If the patient receives 2 lists that differ by even one item, they may guess which is correct or combine them. These problems are especially common for patients with long-term chronic conditions. They may already have complex routines and prescriptions from several places. A hospital specialist may alter one drug while a general practitioner manages the long-term list. Even if each change makes sense, the final set of instructions can be difficult to follow, especially when the patient is tired, anxious, or in pain. Now I will explain what medication reconciliation involves. It aims to prevent that confusion. Staff produce the most accurate list of what the patient should be taking, then compare it with what is prescribed on discharge. The key is the comparison. It forces the team to spot differences and decide whether each one is intended. Timing matters as well. Some staff aim to do the final check on the morning of discharge because that feels efficient, but within 24 hours of discharge is usually better. If the check is done too early, later changes will be missed. If it is done too late, there is no time to fix errors. Before I describe the program, it is useful to be clear about the typical errors. One common error is omission. A regular medicine that should continue is missing from the discharge list. This can happen when a long-term medicine was paused during acute treatment and then never put back. Another common error is the wrong dosage. The right medicine is listed, but the amount or frequency is wrong. For example, once daily instead of twice daily. A third pattern is duplication. The same medicine appears twice because one entry uses a brand name and another uses the generic name. Patients may take both because they think they are different. With that in mind, one hospital introduced a simple program to reduce these problems, and it followed 4 steps. First, staff built a reliable medication history. They did not rely only on the hospital record. They spoke to the patient and, when possible, to a family member who helps with medicines. They also checked community pharmacy records. Some teams started with the clinic summary, but the GP list was more reliable as a baseline for medicines taken before admission, especially for patients with several prescribers. Second, staff identified mismatches and classified them. Many people assumed the main problem was the handover to primary care after discharge. However, the strongest factor in this hospital was poor communication during shift changes on the ward. Decisions were made during one shift, then not recorded clearly enough for the next team. By the time discharge paperwork was prepared, a dose change could look like a mistake, or an intended restart could be missed. Next, the program prioritized high-risk medicines. The team did not treat every discrepancy as equally urgent. Anticoagulants were one example. Another key group was insulin, because small dosing errors can cause rapid harm, and patients may not notice a mistake until symptoms appear. Finally, the program focused on patient understanding. A correct list is not enough if the patient cannot follow it. Staff used teachback by asking the patient to explain the plan in their own words. If the explanation was unclear, staff corrected it and checked again. Patients were also given a weekly dose chart showing what to take at different times of day, which reduced reliance on memory at home. To finish, the hospital evaluated the program. Among patients taking multiple medicines, 30-day readmissions fell by 12% after the system was introduced. The point is not that all readmissions are preventable, but that fewer returns were caused by medication confusion, and that is a practical win for patients and services.
Congratulations on making it all the way through the lesson with Emily and John. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right in the center of your screen so you never miss our next lesson. You can also check out more videos right over here on the left or right side. We've picked them just for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.